Good morning, everybody. This is Beth Ricklefs. I am a life insurance sales director here at IAMS. We are excited to share information with Royal Neighbors. We have them on the line today with us to talk about their final expense plan. We have Dawn on the line with us. I'll go through our short IAMS introduction, and then we'll get to it. See. First of all, if you're on the line and you haven't gotten our Life Insurance Awareness Month kit, make sure to call out to your life insurance sales directors at 800-255-5055. That's 800-255-5055. We definitely want to get that shared with you. Although it's coming to the end of September, there's still a lot of great marketing material that you can utilize throughout the rest of the year in that Life Insurance Awareness Month kit. If you are a new agent to IAMS, brand new contracted, we do want to offer you an incentive to start writing business with us. From the day of your first contract, you've got 6 months to do the new producer bonus, 180 days. So the levels there are 100,000 of annuity production all the way up to $1 million of annuity production. That equates in life insurance to 10,000 of target or up to 100,000 of target. You can cash out at any time. You can see there's cash prizes. There's different marketing things as far as mailers, seminars, all kinds of things that you can earn in that first 6 months. That's the best way to test out IAMS with your business so that you can take advantage of all the services that we offer. Our business is much like yours in that referrals are our best agents that we get to work with, and so we want to thank you for thinking of us and referring those agents over to us. When they first get contracted, that's going to be a 50 one-time bonus referral fee, and then we want to pay you going forward with their business. So there's different percentage levels depending on if it's life target all the way to multi-year guarantee. That is not a haircut on their commissions. We always set you up at the top street level commission, so that is out of IAMS pocket as a thank you for recommending your friend or colleague, somebody that you respect, to do business with us. All the business that you write with us is going to earn marketing reimbursement, and I'll tell you how you can spend that here in just a second. So for every 100,000 of index annuity premium, that's going to earn you $100 of marketing reimbursement. SPL, single premium life, it's $200 for every 100,000, and target life is going to be $200 for every 10,000 of target premium. Hopefully, when we are talking with Royal Neighbors, keep that in mind. The average size case that I'm seeing from Royal Neighbors, we have an agent that is writing quite a bit of business with them every month, is around 2,000 of targets for the year. So that's just 5 cases to get to the marketing dollars and 5 cases if you're a new agent to get to the first level of the new agent bonus. Plus it counts towards our trips. We want to make sure that you're working smarter, not harder. So we do have all of your back office support, all of our business tools online at IAMSinc.com. You're going to be able to work with experienced annuity and life insurance sales directors for everything that you can think about when it comes to case design. For life insurance, that could be running different illustrations and design work as well as pre-underwriting. You're going to have access to all kinds of forms on our website, and we run this business all the way from, us working the case, setting it up, to presenting it, submitting it, getting it paid, and then on the back end, we're following up on commissions and making sure that you've got anything that you need as far as changing beneficiaries, withdrawal forms, all of that. We do paperless contracting with SureLC. So when you request your contracting with Royal Neighbors, we'll make sure to get that set up for you, and it'll make contracting going forward a lot easier. As I mentioned, we have IAMSinc.com. If you have not registered for that, please go ahead and get that. You will have access to all of our quoting tools, our sales resource library, online forms, articles. My favorite part is the sales resource library. If you want any of the directors to walk you through how to use the website, there's a ton of information on that. The way of the world now is doing e-applications. We have a few different platforms that we utilize. Luma for annuity business that allows quoting, submitting business, following and tracking your business. Firelight, we have a few life insurance carriers on Firelight, so we use them. iPipeline or iGo eApp Solutions is where most of our life insurance business gets submitted. You have automatic access to that by registering at IAMSinc.com. I can definitely walk you through on how to do that, and Sunfire is what we use for our Medicare business. We have a wonderful creative marketing service that is very experienced in the financial services world. So you're not recreating the wheel when you're talking to a marketing representative on this. We can do logo designs, business cards, handouts, website design. There's nothing off the table. Anything that you can imagine when it comes to marketing your business, our creative team can help with. And those marketing dollars that you're going to earn by sending in a few pieces of business to Royal Neighbors, that can help offset those costs for our creative services. If you've never had an appointment with either our life or annuity directors and done a complimentary marketing analysis, I would highly recommend that you take advantage of that at some point. What we do is talk about all of your past marketing experience, which could be nothing. What you've done, maybe it's not a whole lot of things, and then where you want to go with your business. And what we do is design a plan utilizing our creative services and our different lead vendors to design a marketing plan that you can work off of to get to your sales goals. We offer IAMS Wealth Management, which anybody knows if you're writing just life insurance, adding annuities makes your business more sticky, meaning higher retention. But vice versa with annuities. If you're writing life insurance, that creates that retention. And then if you add in wealth management, then you've got the whole package. It's a great way to increase revenues and have a steady monthly income stream by doing wealth management. And we offer services from somebody that's at the very, very beginning level, just passing tests, all the way up to experience level, somebody that's been managing wealth for a long time. Again, it improves client retention, and it does strengthen relationships. Our Life and Annuity Academies have wrapped up for this year, but we are getting ready to announce our 2025. That's a 2.5-day seminar that is usually held at our Omaha office. Sometimes we do it off-site, like in Chicago and some different places, but it's a great way to rub elbows with agents that are successful all over the country. You're going to hear great sales ideas, advanced planning strategies, macro tax planning, how to build your brand and your business, and a whole lot more. If that's something that you're interested in, please reach out to your life or annuity sales director. We can keep you head up, on top of our mind to make sure that you're getting invited to those dates coming up in 2025. Our trip this year is Trek to Quebec. Our qualification period is January 1st to June 30th. Again, new producers, you get to qualify, or the dollars start qualifying for both the trip and new agent producer. You can qualify for marketing dollars as well as qualifying this for this trip at the same time. Plenty of time to still qualify for this. And you, with anything that I mentioned, it can be a combination of annuity and life insurance business. Hopefully today when we are talking with Dawn at Royal Neighbors, it gives you a great added thing to add into your business that can increase those revenue sources and opportunity to make the trip, please follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. And with that, I will turn it over to Don. I'm super excited to have him today. I have an agent that's writing a ton of Royal Neighbors business, probably about 30,000 of target a month. It's a great way to get policies issued quickly. I love that their final expense, we're going to get a decision on anything that's sent in, so you don't have to be sending an application in, it gets declined for some reason, and then you have to pivot to somebody else. Plus, they have great membership benefits. And with that, I will turn it over to Don.
All right, thanks. Can you hear me all right?
I can.
All right. Are you still able to see that same screen?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. All right. So I am normally pretty good at this stuff. I'm just having one of those days today where I feel like nothing I'm clicking is working, but we're here and we're doing it, so let's go. Well, thanks for being on today. Hopefully somebody has touched it away about what we're going to talk about. So a little bit quickly about me. I've been in the industry since 2011, and I remember seeing Royal Neighbors policies out there when I was in the field. It was a few years until I actually got Royal Neighbors. You know, as a salesperson, I ran an agency myself, and it was a great time. I never thought that I'd end up on the carrier side, but opportunities presented themselves, and here I am. But it's you know, it's actually quite a bit of an honor to work for Royal Neighbors, a company that, you know, started in the late 1800s. It was the wives of the executives of a company called Modern Woodmen of America sort of split off and started their own society. And this was in a time where women were not allowed, as crazy as that sounds, women were not allowed to buy life insurance. And so there were a group of 9 women that started a secret society called Royal Neighbors of America. And here we are 130 years later. We've always had a female CEO and still do to this day. Company's strong, as you'll see some of our assets. But I think it's important to remember, you know, this was Royal Neighbors started in a very interesting way. And it was people that were sort of brave and bucked the trends of the time. And that's what real pioneers do. So this is it's amazing that the result of these women, that they decided to take a stand and created a company that 130 years is not only still going strong, but they're still right across the street from the Modern Woodmen of America over in Rock Island, Illinois. So you can see my screen. I'm going to go quickly. I do have a call that I'm supposed to be doing here in just about in about 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to hopefully be a little late to that, but I want to get through this and I don't want to skip through anything. But if you have any questions about what we do today, I'll do my best to answer them. My name is Don Fransko. I'm the National Sales Executive. Darcy Smith, who I work with daily, was going to do this for you, but she had to jump on a plane, asked me to fill in. Hopefully I'll do justice. Yeah, I know Darcy's really good at this, but if you have any questions, if I can't answer the question today, I will make sure we get you an answer. So bear with me here. All right, we're going to skip here to another slide. Hopefully this is working. All right. Like I said, I'm Don Fransko. I'm the National Sales Executive here at Royal Neighbors. As we cover the final expense product, which we call ELFI, the Insured Legacy Final Expense. If you have any questions, maybe hold them till the end, and then we'll do whatever we can do to answer those. And again, if we don't have them, we'll get to those. What we're going to do, we're going to highlight why Royal Neighbors is different. We're going to review some of the benefits of the ELFI product and determine what product best aligns with your client's needs. So we also have some tools available on our agent portal and our Agent Access mobile app, where you'll be able to quote and write business. You can't write business from a cell phone, but from a tablet or a computer. And just want to make sure that you know how to get a hold of Darcy or myself in case you need some assistance. So let's talk about quickly 2022 financial strength: $1.2 billion in assets, $184 million in certificate holder surplus, an A excellent rating for AM Best. So what that means for you is you'll know that you can go and show Rural Neighbors to your clients, and with the confidence that you're giving them an A-rated company that has plenty of money in the bank. So, cutting a $10, $20, $30,000 check is never going to be an issue for us. Another thing about Rural Neighbors is when you write a policy with Rural Neighbors, and also when you when you sell a policy, the member that holds the certificate, we call the policy certificates, they become a member of Rural Neighbors, and there are lots of different benefits that members have, and that's just something additional that you definitely want to know about. And you can access more on the website, and you get a member package. And just the thing is, with Rural Neighbors, we are a nonprofit organization here in the United States, so basically all the profits we have to put somewhere, and we've decided to invest it back into our members, which are our policyholders and our agents. A lot of great things. But wanted to talk about some of our products, and these are quick issue products. We do have a term life, we do have a whole life. Our term and whole life, just full disclosure to you, we're not the best in the market right now. These products, I believe, need a refresh, but we still sell a lot of it. Our term life, we have 15, 20-year, 30-year terms starting at age 18, and it goes all the way to age 65, depending on how long you want to do that. $50,000 minimum on the term life. Now the whole life, we start at $25,000, and we have a lifetime pay and also a 20 pay, which would mean that you'd only pay the premium for 20 years, or your client would only pay the premium for 20 years. Now these are jet issue products. What you need to know, they certainly are. They're simplified issue, but the underwriting is going to be a little more strict than our simplified issue whole life product, which we're going to talk about today. That's what's called LFI, and I think that's what you would write the most of when you're out there seeing your customers. But we do have just term life and whole life. Something quickly as a teaser, we don't have any products on it yet, but we do have an annuity that will have an e-app by the end of the year, and we will be very aggressive with our rates. So I heard you talk about you do annuities. Keep your eyes and ears open for Royal Neighbors. Our annuity is going to come back strong at the end of this year with very aggressive rates and an e-app to go along with that. Also, if you do single premium whole life, we're refreshing that product right now. You'll be ready in March. Let's talk about some of the, but here's the SVWL. So it's ages 45 to 80. Again, all of this is going to be changing, but if you do have somebody that has a single premium, for sure, we have an option for them. That would be for the single premium as well. So let me just go ahead to, are these SPWLs? Hold on, I'm taking a look. Yeah, they are. All right, here we go. This is what we want to get to. This is where we're going to spend most of our time. Insured Legacy Final Expense. It's a brand new product. Just came out this year, actually, earlier in 2024. And it is fantastic. We have no customer will get declined. This is important. We have something all the way from preferred to guaranteed issue. It replaced the old one, if you've ever written the old one, which was just called Simplified Issue Whole Life, I believe. But now we've got a nice name for it. So you'll no longer have to worry about pivoting to another carrier if you get declined. If somebody qualifies for preferred, guess what? That's going to be great, because our preferred rates are about as with all the competitive companies, we're right up there with everybody. Our standard rate is also very good. With our standard, we have a lot of great, we're good for diabetics, no height and weight chart for the standard. I'm sure we're going to get into that in another slide, but there are a lot of things that make our preferred and standard really, really strong. But again, if for some reason medically something comes up, you're going to be able to give your customer an offer, whether that be a graded death benefit or a guaranteed issue plan, without pivoting to another carrier. So if it's been declined in the past, you'll be all right. We do have some new riders that I think it's important that we understand. An accidental death rider is, typically we know what that is. An accidental death rider is if they're, God forbid, they are killed due to accident. it would double the death benefit. Interesting thing about our Grandchild Rider. Whoops, what did I do here? There we go. The Grandchild Rider is pretty cool because it covers all grandchildren, and the price of that, I believe, is $60 a year. So it would add $5 a month to their plan, but every single grandchild that they have or will have in the future is covered. I'm not, again, I don't do this too often, so I'm not sure if we're going to cover the charitable giving and the accelerated death benefit rider on another slide, but if we do, it's okay. You're just going to get it twice. We'll start with accelerated death benefit. We know what that is. That's where, God forbid, you're diagnosed with a terminal illness. It's a rider there that's built in to where they're going to be able to access some of their death benefit before they die in order to take care of their affairs, so their beneficiaries have absolutely nothing to do really except handle the situation that the member has already set up. But the charitable giving rider is something that's new for the ELFI product. So such a cool idea. So 1% of the face amount will be given to a charitable basically a charity. And we've got a few different ones on there. Please forgive me because I know Darcy knows this stuff from the top of her head. I don't typically deal with this daily, but I believe St. Jude's is on there. I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to mess anything up. But we have basically 1% of the face amount will be given to the charity in your client's name, and it costs them nothing. Again, we are a company that has member benefits, and we like to give at Royal Neighbors. It's what we do. It's part of our mission is to help people. And this charitable giving rider is something that we include with every policy. All you have to do is select it, check the button and select it. And if I was going to give you some verbiage with your client, say, Ms. Jones, one of the cool things about Royal Neighbors is when God calls you home, we have a charitable giving rider where they're going to give 1% of the face amount, not away from your money, but in addition to what we give to your beneficiary, we're going to give in your name a gift to a charity of your choice. And there will be a few that they can select from. So all you have to do is click it, select it. If I was positioning to the client, I would say this is my favorite part of what we're doing today is we're going to get to pick a charity that also is going to get a blessing. So let's talk about the LP product. Starts at age 50. So if they're below age 50, they won't be able to get this one. But face amounts from 5,000 all the way to 40,000, which is a nice strong range of face amounts. Death benefit would be immediate and level for the standard product. What that means is there's no waiting period on that. If they're approved standard, and if they, God forbid, they passed away within the first 2 years, as long as everything was truthful in the application, 100% of that benefit will pay to them. So in Royal Neighbors, if they get qualified for preferred or standard, it's an immediate benefit. And the riders, like we talked about, the accidental death rider, the Grandchild Rider, the Charitable Giving Rider, and the Accelerated Death Benefit Rider are all in play here for these products. Preferred starts at age 50, only goes to 75. So one of the things I'm fighting for, at least in my job, is I want to change this preferred. I want to open it up to more people. I'd love to see that face amount start down. But right now, in order to get preferred, you got to be $25,000 face amount or higher, which I know in final expense, sometimes we don't get to that level. Working on it. It's not 100% my decision, but I have a little bit of influence in what I want to do. So keep us in mind for people who are wanting higher face amounts. If they qualify for preferred, the price is fantastic. So graded and guaranteed issue, like I was saying, nobody's going to get declined. As long as they're between the ages of 50 and 80, they're going to qualify for something. Graded death benefit, what that means is it's a little bit higher for premium, but they're still covered day one. And one of the things you can tell your clients, and Ms. Jones, with some of your illnesses, some of the medications you take, most insurance companies won't approve you, but we can give you a coverage that will insure you immediately. If you pass away in the first year, 30% of the face amount will be paid to your beneficiary. If you make it a year and a day, 70% of the face amount will be paid to your beneficiary. So this is a great thing to sell. I think a lot of people look at graded plans and guaranteed issue plans as, oh, they don't want that. My customer wants this. It's all about that. That's a negative mindset. Having a mindset is, I'm going to be able to get them something, because chances are if they don't qualify with Royal Neighbors, they're probably not going to qualify with anybody else. And instead of making it a negative thing, let's make it a positive thing. Miss Jones, most of these carriers would completely decline you. But the good news is we're able to offer you graded death benefit here, which means 30% of the face amount is available year one, and year two, you get 70% of the face amount. Once you get through that, it's 100%. And then when we look at the guaranteed issue, this, I would sell that the same way. Sure, they only get their money back, right? Yeah, plus 10%. So they're at no risk. They're at no risk buying the guaranteed issue policy. They can't lose. They can't lose any money. So typically when somebody qualifies for guaranteed issue, they're not going to get covered anywhere else. It's a fantastic plan to offer. So remember, with our product, you get preferred, standard, which are both immediate coverage, graded, which is a true graded, where it's 30% year one, 70% year two, and 100% year three, and the guaranteed issue, which gives them all of the premium they paid back. All of the premium they paid in plus a 10% return on top of that. If they make it 2 years in guaranteed issue, guess what? They get the full face amount. Some of the riders we talked about, accidental death, basically we talked about these, so I can kind of fly through this. But the Grandchild Rider, remember, $60 annually covers all grandchildren. Every single grandchild is covered. I've been in some of these homes, talked to some of these people. They got 15, 16, 20 grandkids. No way you're going to cover 20 grandkids for $60 a year. But with our Grandchild Rider, you can, and that is available on those products. I was hoping the Charitable Giving Rider would show some of the charities, but right now there are 5 charities to choose from, and 1% of the face amount will pay to the charitable organization that is chosen. Again, there's no additional premium for this rider, so don't think anybody's paying for anything. Show it to your client as this is a gift that we're giving from you to somebody else. So not only is your beneficiary going to get a benefit, but also we're on Royal Neighbors dime, we're going to give 1% of the face amount to a charitable organization in your name, and you can always change that at any time. And we spoke about accelerated death benefit already. Underwriting, this is a big thing. So we've enhanced the process to cut back on referrals. We want to make sure everything's done before you leave the home. So to enable this point of sale decision improvement, we have a simple underwriting philosophy. Medical questions are yes and no. There are going to be a few reflexive questions. For instance, if they ask a question, we need to dig down a little, we will. But we're not going to ask unnecessary questions. We're going to ask only the necessary questions. Also prescriptions. We're going to look at prescriptions just to make sure, just like all insurance companies do this. So these are the things that we look at, and we're going to verify if there's any discrepancies. But the reason why we do this is we want to be able to give you a decision in the home. Do we have any knockout medications? Not really. Not really. But we do have a list that you can look at. There is no height or weight. Excuse me. They're calling me into this meeting. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry. All right. All right. Again, no height or weight unless they're trying to get the preferred. Preferred will, there is a height and weight chart, which we can show you here on the next page. There is a risk assessment guide. Again, we don't use any medicines. No particular prescription will knock you out completely, but you can use this risk assessment guide to kind of get a good idea. For instance, I'm looking at diabetes with no insulin. Diabetes, no insulin. They could potentially get the preferred plan. it's possibly available to them depending on what else they have going on, right? But if we take a look at the build chart on the right, this is only for preferred, by the way. You can be 5 feet tall and 750 pounds. I hope you're not, but if you are, you still could qualify for an immediate coverage plan with Royal Neighbors through our standard plan. Where are we in the world? We are available pretty much in most states except Alaska, Hawaii, Louisiana, Alabama, and in some of the Northeast. New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. But we are pretty much all over the place. I know you guys do a lot of phone sales, so you're able to sell remote Royal Neighbors. You're able to do our e-app remotely as well. Let me see what else we have going on here. Quoting and tools. If you go to, I believe it's RNA Quick Quote, but multiple ways to quote. You can go straight to our portal using a quick quote tool. And it's get a quick quote for a quote on the Assured Legacy Final Expense. There's a link. It'll open a new browser. A lot of agents will just save this as a favorite. Or you can just access it directly. Like I said, it's rnaquickquote.org. Excuse me. And with that, there it is. You'll be able to get yourself a quote. Quoting on the go, we do have a mobile app that you can download as well to get that. And you can add the riders. You can email your quote to your client. It's really intuitive, and it's fantastic here. Let me see what else we've got. Hopefully you can. Are you able to still see what I'm doing here?
Yes.
Okay, good. So sorry. I've never used this platform before, so I just want to make sure we're good and live. All right, digital toolkit. If you want, I believe you can screenshot that, or you can take a picture of that little digital toolkit. That it'll have all of our brochures, our social media posts, training video. This toolkit can be accessed through the agent portal homepage and on the Insured Legacy Resources page, or take a quick picture of that little QR code, and it'll give you access to the digital kit. One of my favorite things, if you're new or if you just like to play around, we have sandbox training. So go out, we encourage you, go out and do some mock cases in the sandbox, understand how to work the e-app. That way, when you're with a client in real time, you're not fumbling around looking, kind of like I'm fumbling around today trying to do this. But it'll just give you confidence is the key to sales, isn't it? If you believe what you're talking about and you believe in it, that is about 90% of the way. And if they like you and trust you, it's a home run. And I guarantee you'll be able to find something with us. And you just go ahead and submit that e-app and play in the sandbox, have some fun with that, and you'll be able to get to where you need to go. Let me see the writing processes available. We'll go into that quickly. We have an e-app, which is a point of sale decision. You can do that remote or face-to-face. It's all electronic. Phone app, that's where you can call in with your client and they ask all the questions. Do I recommend it? No. Do some people still do it? Yeah, they do, but it's just so much easier, I think, using that e-app. A paper application is also available. Some people who's still doing paper, I don't know. Some folks are. But like I said earlier, you can use a laptop, desktop, or tablets. No mobile phones will be able to submit applications. So sorry about that. Again, the e-app has some built-in reflexive medical questions, convenient, unique signing experience for each person. All replacement forms are electronic, so if you do replacements, you don't have to worry about any papers. There used to be some carriers where you needed a separate wet-signed replacement form. Flexible payment features, which you can certainly ask more about. The ability to apply for multiple plans at once. Where were we here? Oh, multiple ways. Sorry, I'm looking at this. Oh, this is how to submit a paper app. I doubt anybody here is doing in person, so we don't have to worry about submitting a paper app. Important things to know: Arkansas, Mississippi, Utah, Minnesota, and Washington require a proposed insured and proposed owner are in the same resident state. Just something to know. It's just state laws. So if the owner resides in Arkansas and the proposed insured the proposed insured would also have to live in Arkansas or select an owner that doesn't live in one of those 5 states. First premiums can be scheduled up to 45 days in the future. And I don't like to do that. I like to keep it within 30 days, but you can do 30 days in the future, 45 days, I'm sorry. During the EAP process, the voice signature can be completed first before electronic signatures are captured. The writing agent will always sign first for electronic signature. Emails with the disclosures for remote clients, this is important for you guys. It'll come from noreply@agenium.ai with the subject line, action required for your Royal Neighbors application. Emails for signing, electronic signing. Emails for electronic signing for remote clients will come from signroyal@agenium.ai with the subject line, sign Royal Neighbors application. And then you will receive a thank you for your business email from agent noreply@royalneighbors.org with the certificate number along with a link to a survey to let us know how you liked your experience with the Elfie EAP process. So that's pretty much all I've got for that. If you need help, sales support, you can always dial 309-788-4561, option 1 if you want to take a picture of that. Email salessupport@royalneighbors.org or get a hold of Darcy and we'll be happy to help you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and try to pass it back to you if I can. I don't remember how to do it.
Thank you. It's all right if you can. Thank you so much. This was awesome. I absolutely love that it's a final expense that you can do it in one shot. I don't know how many agents I've worked with that they go somewhere, get declined, and then don't know what to do, or the company that they can place it still with the same company, but they're asking them to redo a new application. So that's huge. I know a ton of final expense clients that the honor of being able to give a charitable gift that's a big deal. And the fact that you can cover grandchildren. Now, is that are the grandchildren, is it convertible, or is it
I don't, for some reason I think so. Don't hold me to that. That's a great question. Are the grandchildren convertible? For some reason I think they might be, but I'm going to say no for now. I'd rather say no and say yes.
Yeah, if that's the case, everyone could blow that up because there's a lot of kids that are uninsurable or know, childhood diabetes and things like that. That's a great way to get coverage. So thank you for spending the morning with us. I am going to be promoting this a lot more. The fact that it's a membership company, the 130 years, I'm very much into the old school companies that are out there writing life insurance, and the fact that it was pioneered by women for me is that's a very cool story. So thank you again. If anybody on the call, I don't see any questions right now, please feel free to reach out. And I'm sorry you're late for your meeting, but thank you for jumping in for Darcy, and I'll talk with everybody later.
Awesome. Great. It's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.